My name is Laurie Rosen, and I co-own with Mark Rosen a company called One Source Office Furniture. In that, we help people get the most out of their office furniture budget by selling them products from mid-priced manufacturers, mostly in the US, some of it out of the country. Some of the lines are from Canada. That's what we do. Office furniture is really what makes people's businesses function and look exactly the way they want it to. Office furniture can be as simple as just a file cabinet that helps keep you organized, or a conference table that really kind of it gives your whole business and space and personality and can look modern and contemporary. That's the kind of thing that people need to know what their options are. And a lot of times, I think we excel because we take the showroom out of the whole equation. What we do is clients schedule an appointment with us, and we go to their location and show them everything that we would suggest for their space. So they don't have all of that confusion of going into a showroom and looking at 20 different kinds of task chairs and different kinds of desks and workstations that may not be to their liking. Quite often, when you're looking at benching systems or workstations, you're not going to see exactly the kind that's right for you. You're going to have to look at fabric samples and sample finishes for the metal and laminate tops. So you get to customize exactly what you get. We kind of look at how the owners are dressed and how they communicate. And we ask questions about, how do you want the space to look and feel? We ask questions about budget because some people are, if they're starting out, they may have to have something not as glamorous as what they'd really love to have, but have something that still looks beautiful and will function the way they want it to. Quite often, if budget is an issue, we might say, well, let's spend a little more money on your conference room and your reception area so that when clients come in, they see those wow pieces. The private offices can have things that are maybe something that you still have from your old space, or something that doesn't look quite as great as the new pieces. I don't think it's so much a benefit of having great office furniture, because quite honestly, the products that we represent, if I showed you one of our benching systems workstations and you saw one by a high-end brand like Hayworth or Herman Miller, honestly, to the layman, you might not know the difference. They traditional workstations have a draw rod system, and all products are kind of based on that basic way that it's built. You really want to be able to rely on an office furniture dealer like me so that you get the full benefit of a space plan and a consultation, and we will show you a better task chair for around $200, maybe that sort of thing. Show you products that really look good, they're going to last a long time, and they're going to function the way you want it to. A space plan is a working drawing how your space will look with or without the furniture in it. So if you come to me and you show me the basic open office space, then we'll go to work and put the workstations in it, the conference room furniture in it, and then give it back to you and say, here's what we recommend. The problem is when people try to do their own space planning and they don't have the benefit of experience and knowledge, they're not going to realize that you have to have 3 or 4 feet between the edge of your conference table and the wall. Why is that? Well, so people can move their chairs in and out. And so there's a lot that goes into space planning. And my partner, Mark Rosen, has 37 years of experience in that. We kind of bring to our clients a wealth of knowledge and experience about what goes in a space and why. I think a well-designed workspace is critical to people because if the owners tell us, hey, we want areas for collaboration and open talk and the noise of business going on. You know, you might have that in one area and then have very private, closed off, completely acoustic benefits to other spaces, especially where, I don't know, payroll might go on or private negotiations with clients and that sort of thing. So it's very critical. And a lot of times when clients don't get, or maybe they didn't communicate exactly what they wanted up front, or how each area of the business should function, then they find that the design and the end result fell short of what they really need. With our case goods furniture, which means desk, primarily desk, but it's other credenzas and that sort of thing, typically means wood office furniture. There is a lot to love about how manufacturers make those products these days, and we take full advantage of that. A lot of times our desk, or I'd say in most cases, our desk will be modular, which means you buy the desk with a left-hand return. That person leaves or goes to a different desk. The next person needs a right-hand return. Guess what? You don't have to trash it and buy another desk. We just send the installers out to take off the return and put it on the other side. That's the kind of thing that we do think about and we do talk to our clients about. You know, how do you foresee your business if you leave this space and go to a larger office space? Do you want to be able to take the workstations with you? Or do you feel like you'd rather just go to something completely new? So yes, there are a lot of considerations for that, and we do try to build in a lot of functionality and modularity so that the space will suit their needs today and years from now. Well, first of all, they have to find a space that fits their budget. They have to find a space that fits how they want their clients to enter the building. Plenty of parking and accessibility, maybe even wheelchair accessibility and ADA compliance and that sort of thing. Also, I'm the type of person where I like brightness, I like natural light. I think it just really enhances productivity and really just makes everything brighter and better. Well, that's when you take a wide open space and furnish it with workstations or benching systems, cubicles. We recently had a project for people who do private in-home health care. They had a big open space and wanted to furnish it with workstations, but they had some interesting challenges to that space. They wanted some of it with higher cubicle walls for privacy for people doing HR and accounting and that sort of thing where they needed more privacy. And then they wanted another area where the nurses and the employees could turn around and say, hey, here's where I am on this project, where are you? That's what we do. We work with our space planner who actually does 2D and 3D renderings showing you here's, how everything will look. So even in an open space, you can have it all low and open with the workstations, or you can have some of them low and some of them higher. One thing to always consider is exits, access, proper access to exits. We never do anything that would not pass inspection, of course. Sometimes, we've had clients say, oh, I want to put an extra cubicle here. Well, no, you can't because it's not safe. That's the kind of thing that we help people make those decisions. When you have a space with a lot of natural light, we will recommend workstations that have glass at the top so that you get that physical privacy, but still you're allowing all of the natural light to permeate that open space and not blocking it. For a tech company in Owings Mills, we did that where they had all low benching style workstations, and they had some very kind of small spaces around the perimeter without windows. And so the decision was, well, we can have them as little think pods and have that as a completely private space. and we put in some high tables so that they could, with stools and such, so that if they wanted to meet about a project, they could go in there and just, use it for that. Or if somebody had a private conversation and wanted to use the space for that, that they could just go and the team could use one of those.